He was born by the roadside in a broken down carriage, came into life on the run, found on the doorstep of a nearby orphanage. No one saw, no one saw. You'll never know him, he is the forgotten. His name is the word undone. You'll never know him, he is the forgotten. No one's son, no one's son. She had been born there in St. Bernadette, like brother and sister they were. Out of the two, she was always the strongest. No one's daughter, no one's daughter. You'll never know her, she is the forgotten. In the ocean, a drop of water. You'll never know her, she is the forgotten. No one's daughter, no one's You'll never know them, they are the forgotten. In the ocean, a drop of water. You'll never know them, they are the forgotten. No one's daughter, no one's son, no one's children. They are the forgotten ones.
Hello, everyone. Oh, you gotta mute. You gotta mute. Jen, you gotta mute.
What? Oh, sorry.
Hold on. Just a second. Your audio on this? Hold on a second. I'm gonna mute for a second. Okay, let's test. Jen, you know what?
I didn't do anything.
Go on the recording
Where is that?
right there. No, not that. Go to the bottom. Go to StreamYard. Close the axe. Isn't this a great intro, you guys? Okay, now go in here and the bottom, see this little mute that.
It is
Mute, yeah,
muted.
mute. Click on that.
It is muted.
Click it again. Go on the video. This is too funny. Go on the 3 dots right there. Settings. Whew, it's hot in here. Audio?
Echo cancellation.
No. click on the mic. No, right there. Okay, you're gonna have to turn it off. Close everything on there. Close down your tablet.
Close the whole tab?
Yeah, just shut it down. Jen and technology.
Oh, shut up. I can't turn it off.
Don't, you're gonna spill that. Close this browser right here. Close the whole thing. Just kill your browser. Do you know how to kill the browser on your tablet, Jen?
You're making me nervous.
Yeah.
It's still not.
You've got to turn it off. Hold down the power. There you go. There you go. No.
Oh my
Put it in the other room. It's like bring it in the other room, Jen. Just bring it in the living room. Disconnect it. Whew. What we were planning on doing tonight, you guys, wow, was Jen was going to watch the chat and basically show things on the screen because I have a hard time paying attention. And also we were going to do this on the patio. Jen had the idea of going out on the patio and I started doing it and I'm like, there's so many wires and the Wi-Fi is not the greatest out there. So we decided to just do it in the studio. And then I was going to have Jen use her tablet and highlight your comments so I could respond because I have a hard time talking and reading and talking to reading. I don't know what it is. There's a lot to cover tonight. We're going to be getting into some things that hey Glenn, I should say hi to everyone. It's another thing I failed to do. Good job, Jen. Thank you. Twister, hey Twister, Real Rock and Robin, Eve, of course. Reap what you sow, Cynthia, Sunquist, thank you for coming in. Let's see.
I'm sorry, guys.
Okay. I already said Real Rock and Robin. Rhonda Sheets, good to see you. Lulu, Spanish Angel, Nicholas Miller, Cindy, I think I already said Cindy, Tammy Helfert, Rhonda Sheets,
Spanish Angel,
Skilo,
Skilo,
another one of our mods. Vicky, good to see you. Vicky Brooks.
Jacob Davis.
Jacob Davis. I think I know that one. I think I've been chatting with Jacob.
Karen.
Karen who? Hey Glenn.
Karen Wiley, or is it Wiley?
Glenn is up in Canada. If this is the same Glenn.
Wow.
He's a truck driver up there. Yeah.
Mary Stevens.
Mary Stevens. Bailey. A lot of people here tonight.
Nice. Good to see you all. Punk Banjo. Love it.
Punk Banjo. I love that. Hey Renee.
Renee.
I'm probably going to be both. I'm going to be doing some of my bad habits here. I'm going to be drinking and vaping because tonight is a hard night, you guys. There's a lot.
Oh, you're just putting it all out there. Oh, wow.
We have been holding on to a few things that we're going to be talking about because I think things are coming to a head. Oh, good.
What?
Interested in seeing it, Linda.
Hey, so Ryan,
that's awesome.
I'm sorry that I messed everything up.
It's okay. It wasn't that important.
I didn't do it.
It was worth a try.
I didn't do it.
We'll try again next time. It's okay. It's okay.
Hi, Teresa. Victoria.
A lot of research we have been doing over the past couple years. There's a couple of things that happened years ago and a recent thing, and then a combination with a video that I watched. That triggered me to realize that it's probably time to release a couple of things that we came across. I'm going to do it carefully because I don't want to reveal one of the sources, but I need to talk about what we discovered late last year. And people are going to give us crap either way. They're going to ask, why didn't you publish this earlier? Why didn't you tell people earlier? They're going to say, why are you telling people now?
You just put it together, though. You kind of just
it all clicked
together.
In my head, and
right.
I'm going to be honest, right out of the gate, you guys. What I want to talk about tonight is for one purpose and one purpose only. I think that something is coming. I think that something's about to happen, but it's not going to happen unless thank you, Robin.
What is she?
Don't give a crap either way. Gonna get crap either way. Yes.
Very true.
I don't believe that the right thing is going to happen or that it's going to happen unless there's a public outcry, unless people are pressuring the right people to do the right thing. Right now is a critical moment, I think, in the investigation with the TBI, with getting, what do they call it, a warrant, search warrants. And I am afraid that there are people in power related to the Summer Wells case, whatever's going on. I think there are people that it becomes complicated. When we first started talking about this case, one of our mentors, who's former military, told us she had a friend who was connected in the FBI, who poked around and came back and said, this is complicated. This case is complicated and it's not going to get solved quickly. Complicated meaning there are circumstances, there's extenuating circumstances causing complexity in solving the case. And I think that people who are investigating are being stonewalled, potentially, are being blocked in certain ways. I do, very much so. And I think I think there are people who don't want the truth to come out for some reason.
Well, it just seems like since it's obviously still open, that they at least like think there's something that is solvable. You know what I'm saying?
I think the investigators do, yes.
They would not have it open unless there was evidence that could solve it with just a few more bits of information.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And yes, 100%. And I think that the investigators, the TBI investigators, have been working their asses off. I think that they probably, some of them probably think they have enough. And it's a matter of convincing the right people that they have enough.
Well, you have to convince the
judge, the court, to give them the warrant to make it happen. And I think that the reason I want to release a couple of things, I know the TBI has, I want the public to know, because I want the public to get angry. I want the public to contact people. I want people to get angry and start making noise at the right people, at the authorities, to solve this damn thing. They have enough. I believe they have enough. I'm going to talk about a few things, a few reasons I think they have enough.
They have enough to look into certain things.
At least
they might not have enough to actually like convict or bring anyone. You know.
I think they have enough to get to the right, to get the last piece of evidence they need.
Yes.
That's what I think.
Right. I agree.
Do you feel Chad Arnold, who worked at the cemetery, helped bury Summer? We're going to get to that, Joe, I promise.
That is actually a part of our...
It's a very big part of it.
Part of our talk tonight.
And part of it was actually, I'm going to give some kudos to another channel. We don't talk about other channels often here. When we do, it's going to be positive. And if we come across something that triggers something like this, I'm going to give credit to the right person. He's got a different style than I do. And I think it irks me. So I'm talking about Killer Looks. I don't know how many of you know Killer Looks channel. He has a style that reminds me of local people in Kingsport, like local gangsters. They like to dress and act and portray a certain image like they're a gangster. Mostly white guys.
Oh, be nice.
I'll be honest with you.
Be nice.
No, they do. But I think it's a character he's creating to put together sort of mystery and drama around the case.
Yeah, well, that's what YouTube's all about.
It is. It's his character.
We're all a personality.
It's his character. I'm not going to judge him. I wouldn't do it personally. It irks me only because we live around it and we see those people.
Yeah, but it's he's probably just portraying a personality that would, you know, attract certain, you know, a following.
Yes. And but for me, it just reminds me. So we are dealing with people like that in the Layla Santinello case, in the Holland Snap case, and so it kind of that's why it rubs me the wrong way, because there are actual bad people here locally who are like that, and
it looks like a lot of people actually like Killer Looks.
Yeah, there's a lot of we've got comments
seeing
that people watch him. So I came across one of his videos, and this is why I want to talk about him. I want to give him some kudos here, because there's a lot of things he stitches together, bits and pieces of other YouTube videos, some of his own research. Sometimes he'll stitch together a claim from another YouTube video that I know isn't proven or doesn't have enough evidence. I don't like that, but I do like his research. In some cases, his research, he's nailed some things. And I emailed him earlier, you guys, and I said, look.
They didn't tell me that.
Yep, I emailed Killer Looks, and I said, hey, dude, one of your recent videos triggered connections for me,
Mhm.
and it was his research. And
Nice.
just it's some pieces of it. I think a lot of people who've been following this case already knew some of these things, but put in conjunction with the earlier things that Jen and I have been working on that we've tried to hold close to our chest. When you put all these, basically, it's 4 things. Put these 4
Okay.
things together, and it paints a picture of where I think summer is, at least evidence of summer, some evidence of
Right.
summer. I'm gonna walk through it. Yeah, that's the thing. I have Tina the mask. I told him like, hey dude, you're welcome. I invited him to come on panel tonight if he wants to. I'll bring him up. I
What did he
I
say?
just said, please no mask. Like just come on.
Oh, he wears a
like,
mask.
come on as
See,
yourself.
I haven't seen
And
him.
he's like, he emails once and I forgot what he said at the beginning, but at the end he said, what mask? Then he responded again and he goes, just kidding. I'll come as myself.
Is he
So
coming?
he might.
Oh, that'd be
If
cool.
if Killer shows up, I'll give him a link.
Oh,
I'm
that'd be really
hoping
cool.
I want to give him a link halfway through when I start covering Chad Arnold.
Mm.
It's the Chad Arnold piece that triggered a lot for me that I want to get to, you guys.
Your boy's got a show for you.
Drew a bunch of connections. Before I get to that real quick, I always have to mention I'm going to do a couple things. I always want to mention our members. Our members keep us going. We don't need help sitting here doing lives. We could do this for free. It doesn't take any money.
Oh.
Anybody who says they need money for sitting on YouTube talking, I'm sorry, but no. The money that comes from our membership, it goes to gas, it goes to keeping the Jeep up, it goes to equipment, it goes to the constant search expenses. And I can't tell you how much I am so thankful for every one of you who's become a member. Thank you
guys so much.
It's a dedication monthly to keep helping us out. Hey, Zach.
Yeah.
Hey, Katerina. Good to see you.
We seriously couldn't do this without without our members.
Monthly, people kind of say you're on YouTube, you're making money. We're still half in the hole. Like every month, we're spending about double what we make, which is okay. We do it for the
we're
families,
not doing it for the money.
and we do it for the kids. But every time we get a member, even if it's the basic level, helps you guys. I want to give a shout out to Laura Jones, 3-month member. Twister, 2 months. Abigail Rose, 1 month. 423 Pythons, 3 months. Margie T, 3 months. Jessica DeBrouwer, 2 months. Robin number 1, I'm going to call her, 3 months. Tribal Warrior. Jason Myers, 4 months. Yvonne Sanders, 9 months. And of course, the one and only, the Real Rockin' Robin, tribal member for 10 months. So thank you all so much.
Yeah, join the tribe, guys.
Yep. Well, they're all members of the tribe, but you can join the membership of the tribe, and that would be helpful. So, and I'm also going to do something real quick if I can do it from YouTube. For those of you who are here, we're getting more tonight than usual. So, because we get our viewership they love to watch videos. Our demographic is like 40 and up, and I think they like to women
like
it up, and I think they like to sit
like
back.
me.
Sit back and watch a video. Not all of them. They're not typically live types. We're going to get to that, Joe. You're asking questions about everything I'm going to cover.
Nice.
We
We are getting into it tonight.
We are. Where was I? What is the last thing I said? Oh, yeah. We got a lot more members than usual. So I want to do something special for all of you coming in. By the way, if you're coming in, yes, Jeeps rule. Absolutely. If you're coming in, please hit the like because it helps bring more people in. I think it's important tonight. If any live is important, I think the one we're doing tonight is really important.
Yeah.
Because it's covering things that we've been holding back on that I really want to show you guys the connections, and hopefully you can see what I'm talking about by the end. And we'll take whatever flack comes afterwards. I don't care.
Yeah, whatever.
But I want to see if we can do this real quick for 5 people who are in here right now. I hope I have my stuff set up already. Yeah, I do.
Nice.
Is that card gonna work? Let's try it. Here we go. Bye. This is our gift to all of you for coming in here. Well, some of you for coming in tonight. It worked. 5 people are now members. I hope you guys enjoy it.
How does it work?
It randomly chooses.
Okay.
So Angel Wings, Zach, Paul Sherman, Angel on Earth, Spicy Jameer. Hope you guys enjoy 1 month of membership. Membership, by the way, gives you the main thing of membership gives you early access to our videos, sometimes a week early. So you see, and we try to do it with our better videos, like the ones that are really cool and
Well, talking about the things that
Talk-
we know you want.
yeah, talking about
wanna
important
hear
things. We try to give our members early access so they can
Right.
watch it first, and then we also are going to try to do some behind the scenes stuff. That was your idea for members as well. So
I think you guys would like that
yeah.
personally.
All right, let's get to it. If you guys do see Killer Looks come on at any point, just like let me know, because I have a hard time watching chat when I'm trying to talk.
I'm trying to do it. I'm sorry, my whole computer didn't work.
Yeah, I know. I'll be honest with you, we have different levels. I wanted to encourage everyone who can afford it, the bottom level. We were going to do different things for different levels, but honestly, we give everyone who's a member early access right now. So bottom level is fine. If you want to be generous, like the real Rock and Robin, and go up in level, feel free, but it's not required.
No, and even
any of
if
the
you
benefits.
don't have a membership, I mean, obviously we love having you here.
Yes, honestly, the upper levels are really for anyone who just wants to help in any other any other larger way, but you don't have to. So
Of course,
everything is for everyone at any level.
Right.
Hey, it is Jenkies.
Hi, Jenkies.
How are you? We don't have bananas in here, Jenkies. So
Ooh, well, I have one in the kitchen.
Jenkies loves bananas.
I heard.
Anybody who knows Jenkies knows that she
No,
loves.
if you need one, I have one in the kitchen.
Yeah. We will get serious here soon,
Okay.
guys.
Sorry, it's my fault. Yeah.
I think that was everything for business. I'm going to cover all 4 clues. I'm going to try to keep track of comments, you guys, but people get annoyed about everything, but people who watch our videos after get a little annoyed when I get distracted and go off on a tangent. So if I'm talking about a topic and you want to interact and comment about the thing I'm talking about, I will put your comment on the screen and I will interact with you. I will try my best. If you change the subject,
That killer?
No, if you,
okay.
I don't think he's in here yet.
Okay.
If you change the subject and ask about something else, I'm going to have to star it and get to it later if I can. So I just got to stay on topic tonight because we have so much.
That was supposed to be my job.
Yeah, we have so much to cover. Starting with clue number 1. Clue number 1 for us started. It happened actually almost at the beginning, toward the end of the beginning of our case. If you guys have watched our coverage of Summer Wells, you know that I started with Laurel Run and I started with Fred Hill. I'm going to not accuse. I'm going to try not to accuse anyone specifically tonight. I'm not trying to start any drama. I'm just trying to put this out there, the things we learned in the best way I can without revealing sources and without accusing, although some of it will come across probably as insinuating accusations. I can't help that.
There's only so much you can
do. It is what it is. When I first started, she loves your shirt.
I was hoping someone would notice that. Sorry, I'll shut up now.
No, feel free. When we first started investigating the Summer Wells case, we focused on the jailhouse interview with Fred Hill and the things he was saying about Cotton. And we started with Laurel Run, and you guys saw me desperately making a grid of the entire Laurel Run Park, and I was going to hike. Why is that weird?
Somebody wanted to give their membership away. Angel.
Oh yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Angel and Earth one.
Well, I don't think I can do that, but you don't have to renew it after a month, so feel free to not use it if you don't want it. Laurel Run, I made a grid. I wish I could direct the memberships. Reap what you
Can you not?
No, it's all random, unfortunately.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I was making grids of the park. I was searching every single square inch, right? Yeah, I think some of you who have followed me from the beginning or watched the past videos from the beginning, you saw that was where I focused. Yes, I was looking for the cave. Well, toward the end of that, when I started realizing that Cotton Simpson possibly held the secret to this case, yes. Yeah, that was kind of the beginning of the down. Well, I had to go at that point, you had to go through her to get to talk to Fred.
True.
And I thought that Fred was potentially had some answers. And so,
Yeah.
she seemed nice. Justin seemed nice. They came on panels.
I
with us.
remember at the beginning, I
And
thought,
it seemed to be
they
a
were all
decent
nice.
partnership. I didn't know all of the past drama
Yeah,
with other
we had no
with
idea.
other channels, and then anybody who had a flack with her had flack with us for some reason. But that's all in the past. What I'm saying is, we talked to Fred and figured out. We thought that Cotton was critical to this case, and that the story was that where he had passed would give. Oh, thank you, man. GL, I don't know if you want me to say your name, but thank you so much, man. Appreciate you so much. So Cotton was key. Cotton was key to me, and I needed to dig as far as I could into his story. I needed to know why he was at Laurel Run. I needed to know why he went to the park, to the cemetery. I needed to know the truth behind that whole thing. And so I started reaching out. I started trying to contact people connected to Cotton, trying to get in touch with his family.
Okay.
And one after another, I interviewed family member. I finally got in touch with family members, interviewed family member after family member. And there was something we were told. And back then, I promised I would keep it close to the chest for as long as we could. However, information has come out way after we learned it. We held on to this for 2 years, you guys. Didn't mention it to anybody. Angel Wings, I'm sorry. I wish I could direct memberships.
What?
So many people want. So I talked to a number of his family, and we learned the first clue that I'm going to give you all tonight. Again, this is because it's connecting to other pieces, and I want you all to have it.
Yeah.
At this point, I want you to have it because it confirms things that were told later. And you're going to think I'm an idiot because this was 2 years ago, and I heard this, and I completely, as we were dropping Cotton in the past, realizing Fred wasn't telling the truth or something. Cotton had nothing to do with it, in my opinion, and I forgot this piece of information, and everyone's going to be like, how could you forget this?
I kind of remembered it.
But we heard from the family member, okay, that there was a text message sent from Fred to Cotton. There was a text message, several text messages, I think.
Yeah. Sent
from Fred to Cotton's cell phone, describing what they did to Summer. And this is alleged, huge alleged. This is one person telling me there were messages on the phone.
But that person had what?
Nothing to gain from making it up. Nothing to gain from anything.
And what connection?
They're not a YouTuber. They don't want anything to do with YouTube.
Right.
They want to be as far from the case as possible.
But what makes you think they are reliable?
They're a reputable family member.
Okay.
They have a clean record. They're not on YouTube. And they had nothing to gain from sharing it. This family member actually only reached out to us to talk to Jen. Actually, she just wanted to talk to Jen. Because
why? I don't know.
Well, the Cotton had passed away not that long before, and she felt like Jen might be able to, I don't know, give her some. Anyway, I want to get into that. What I want to talk about is what the contents of the messages were. It involved the remains not being left in one piece.
Yeah.
The remains were not left in one piece, allegedly. Now, I'm not giving you guys anything that isn't in law enforcement's hands. I'm telling you what law enforcement knows, so that I want you guys to know what law enforcement knows so that you can get angry. I want you to get angry because to know that they know this stuff and they're not moving on it, we have to get angry.
It's definitely time to get angry.
We have been waiting for yes, Jackie. I know for a fact the phone itself was provided to TBI. TBI has this phone and the messages. If this is true from this source, okay? It revealed that the remains were not left in one piece. The phone was turned into the TBI. So they know what we're telling you about the text messages and about the remains. Yes, thank you, Robin, for trigger warning.
Spiritual being.
The family, I'll tell you, the person we talked to was bawling when they were telling us this. That's how much I feel like they were telling the truth, because it affected them emotionally. This was 2 years ago, you guys. Almost 2 years ago, we learned of this. It was almost 2 years ago we learned of this. We've held on to it for this long, okay? We've held onto it for this long. The family cried. They cried when they told us, because they were like, if that's what happened to her, this is the worst thing it could possibly, this is worst case scenario, okay? That the remains could be in multiple places. The fact that they would even do that to the remains is disgusting and horrible.
Well, we didn't really want to talk about that if we didn't have to.
No. So we learned about this. We put it in our files. We're like, okay, the TBI knows about this. They haven't done anything yet for some reason. Maybe it's because it's one piece of information, right? It's like, maybe it's like, haha, we did this, like some sick joke, maybe.
That would be.
Do you know what I mean? Like he was texting like
so
some sick joke, and it's not true. They've had Fred in custody for a year and a half, and if it was true, they would have done something, I would think. I don't know.
You would hope.
But
beginning to lose hope.
I thought maybe at that point it was a sick joke. So I set it aside, as I know they have the phone. I know they have this text message. They haven't done anything with it. Exactly. He would have been arrested. Exactly.
Yeah.
So the fact that he wasn't arrested, I'm like, nothing came of it. It's not that important at the time. Okay. So that's that from 2 years ago.
You can do it.
Fast forward 2 years. Early last year, I'd almost forgotten about Cotton. I'd given up on that because I didn't think that he had anything to do with the case. Fred was lying, in my opinion. He was just lying about everything. So that was all in the past. We went through the drama with Ziggy. That was pretty much in the past at that point. So 2 years later, coming up on the middle of last year, beginning of last year, clue number 2 came up. And I'm going to pause for comments before I get to clue number 2. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. Me too, Running Bear. It killed us when we heard about that, because that to us was confirmation that probably not, right?
And it has been, what, 4 years?
4 years.
4 years.
Yep. I listen to a lot of true crime stuff and think FBI, TBI sit on anything traffic related. I don't know if they're investigating to find bigger. That's what I feel like, Robin. Yeah. I feel like it's bigger. And and it even goes up to people who have power and money in the trafficking circles, and that's why nothing is happening.
Right.
And Summer deserves better. I agree. It is a joke. If it is a joke, it is disgusting.
Yeah, I don't know. Someone would have to be a psychopath or a sociopath to make a joke like that.
Yeah. This is the key right here. Would believe me, man, make better, easier pronunciation. TBI and the District Attorney General, that's the person you guys need to be contacting.
Yes.
District Attorney General are the reasons people involved in the multiple layers of involvement have not been charged, arrested, or indicted for any crimes exposed. I agree. It's going to take the public getting angry and pushing them to solve this goddamn case.
But they need that. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be devil's advocate or whatever, but they need a certain amount of proof to take it to the Attorney General, so the Attorney General will be okay with indicting people.
Yes.
Like, it has to be a certain amount.
Sorry. Repeat you so. I'm sorry. And I don't mean to ignore what you just said.
That's okay.
The text was allegedly from Fred to Cotton. Fred Hill to Cotton Simpson.
Maybe you should explain who Cotton Simpson is.
For those who are completely new to the case, because I've gotten questions like, who the hell is Fred? Who the hell is Cotton? And poor people here who know the whole story. Fred Hill was a neighbor of Summer Wells. He eventually, after Summer disappeared, got arrested, went to jail for meth-related charges. If I say what they are, people are going to disagree.
I don't know if you can say meth on
sorry. Math-related
charges. Math.
And while he was in jail, he was interviewed by a YouTuber and said that he accused a guy named Cotton Simpson of hiding Summer in Laurel Run Park. That's like the 2-minute.
That's the base.
Yes, and then
Basic.
married her.
Oh yeah, well that's
Eventually. I'm not going to get into
every
that.
time I
Jen,
hear that.
don't. Yes, that's the one I'm talking about. I will get to this Killer's.
I'm sorry.
I will get to Killer's video. I will get to Killer's video.
I am laughing about the Ziggy thing. I'm not laughing about all this other stuff.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know, Bobby. I don't know if the Swells were involved. I just don't know. I just have a very strong feeling about where she is. I'm not even going to say 100% Fred because text messages could have been joking. So I'm not going to accuse Fred of anything, but
I just need to find her.
The location is what is important. I think
her.
the FBI, the TBI needs to focus on the location, which we're going to get to in a second. And yes, Killer looks video in combination with what I'm covering right now told me what I kind of put the pieces together for me. I know. And I think they will. I think they will when they find her. Sorry for those who Dova said, I don't doubt what you're saying. However, who is responsible for her disappearance is what needs to be solved.
Yeah.
Evidence proof needs to be there. But I think that the evidence, when they get the actual evidence, it's going to lead to who's involved,
right?
In my opinion.
Briefly describe Cotton Simpson to people. Because you said you talked about Fred.
He was accused by Fred of having gone to Lower Run Park to hide Summer.
Okay.
Yes, it is all up to the prosecutors.
Yes.
It's all up to the district attorney.
That's who we have to.
Yes, law enforcement has this digital evidence I just mentioned. Mm-hmm. They allegedly pressed him and it allegedly got polygraphed and it was inconclusive about Cotton's death. It was specifically about Cotton's death.
I don't know about
I don't know why it wasn't about Summer, so that's interesting.
Right, it's just not. Just doesn't seem like.
I just had where Cotton's truck was located by the family we just interviewed in Dunkard Church parking lot near the cemetery. Disabled. The truck couldn't start. So I don't know. Take that for what it.
And he was supposedly visiting his mother's grave.
He was visiting his mother's grave at the time. They believe.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to move on here in a second.
Sorry, I'm probably.
I believe it's bigger, and they are using Summer to solve what they need. I think you're probably right, Mama Tried.
That's possible.
Maybe that's why he's taking this long.
That's possible, but I mean, to use it, in my mind, it's like using a child's demise to solve a larger. I don't know. I don't know if they're allowed to do that.
Summer's case needs to be solved. They can go after the big fish. They can go after the big fish if they have to, but they need to put this to bed. It's been over 4 years.
Like, I don't know if that's a thing, if they're even able to do that, like to hold off on solving a crime to prove a larger crime.
I know, I agree.
I
agree. Thank you, Bobby. We are trying the best we can with what we have available. 2 murders. That's true. Fred did say he was being looking for 2 murders. Cotton, I assumed, was one. Everyone assumed Summer, I guess, was the other, but nobody knows what the second was. So the phone was turned over to law enforcement before Fred went to jail. Was it before?
I'm not sure.
When did they say they found the phone?
I don't remember.
I want to say it was before. Could be wrong. I could be wrong. I can't remember which came first. I'm sorry. Right. It could be why he was questioned, actually. Yes, about Cotton's death because of the phone. Yeah,
right.
That's actually a really good point. We will talk about the cemetery in a minute. I promise.
Oh, that's coming. Sorry.
I'm having a hard time understanding why Fred would text that, knowing that can be tracked back to him.
He's stupid.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm sorry. He's not a smart man.
I don't know, Jen.
No.
He's no country bumpkin. Honestly, he
looks like one.
He talks like it, but I think he's a very smart man. I think
you do.
I do. I think he's very smart. Okay. And the next thing we're going to talk about is why I think he's very smart. He's not.
All right.
He's not clueless. The thing we went through.
Street smart, not smart.
Very street smart. Very street smart. And I'm going to get into that in a minute.
Collar smart.
Yep. Okay, I wish I could answer all the comments. I'm sorry, you guys. Got to move on to number 2. About the middle of last year, we were, again, it was actually kind of related to, no, I'm not going to say that because that will reveal who it is. We were contacted by a drug user and an ex former drug user who had been in the same circles as Fred Hill.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of them, so nobody's going to know who this is. This is someone who got out of it at some point in time, but they kind of got connected with us. They started watching our videos and they wanted to help us. They realized they had connections with that circle of friends around Fred. They knew them. They were friends with them still. They talked to them frequently.
Yeah.
And so they contacted us and said, "Hey, look, I want to help you with whatever it takes to find Summer. Whatever it takes. What can we do? I'm willing to talk to them. You can hook me up with whatever you want. I'll record the conversations." In Tennessee, thankfully, it's they call it a single party state. So as long as that person is like, I'm recording my own conversation, it's legal because you can record a conversation with someone else as long as one party is aware of the recording. So this person agreed to talk to the other members of the inner circle, the current drug users, bunch of them. So it's not going to be obvious who it is, but
Right.
we helped them get connected with the right technology, and they hooked up with a device to record conversations and set up the date and time to have a conversation. They had a conversation with someone on the inner circle, someone within Fred's inner circle. This person has no clue about technology, and totally
Poor thing.
totally messed up.
She tried so hard.
Put the recorder next to some fan in the car. And so the recording picked up the conversation, but it was so muffled, so badly muffled. It was messy. But I listened to it carefully, and I took the recording after the conversation. It was like an hour long, maybe.
That was
about an hour long, and I put it through my own editing software, and I tried to filter out the fan sound, the background, and I tried to get the voices out, and I could just barely make out the comments about, and you guys are gonna, if you guys have been following all the drama in the recent past, you're gonna know what I'm talking about, the box story.
This is gonna have to.
And I'm just gonna say
see a lot of new people here.
Trigger warning: partial remains in a box. Supposedly, I don't know if it was within. It was people who witnessed this box containing partial remains. I want to say that they did say it was Fred actually showing it, right?
They did.
They said it was Fred showing it.
Yeah.
The box story. So you guys remember the box story.
But some people don't know about it, Brian.
I'm telling it now. The story was so
it's hard to say because it's very
we got this
crazy.
Recording from this person. This person knew obviously what she had heard in the conversation, and I think it got leaked. So when that box story came out, you guys remember I was kind of pissed off that someone had mentioned that Fred Hill had a box with partial remains in it. I knew where that story came from, and I was pissed off because that means someone talked to a YouTuber about what was recorded. And I'm like, the two things that were mentioned was the partial remains in the box and Morrison Cemetery. That the Morrison Cemetery was the target location for hiding remains. Right. I tried to fix the recording so I could send it to TBI. I couldn't fix it. I fixed it as best I could.
It sucks because it was such a good recording.
It would have been, if we had had a clear reporting, it would have nailed, at least it would have been a very clear witness. I sent the recording to TBI, and I said, I hope you guys have some advanced editing technology or something, because I could hear the words, but I couldn't. I don't know that they could use it. So I was hoping that they could use some advanced editing technology to get the actual conversation out of this.
Or is that just TV stuff?
I don't know. I mean, they have advanced technology. I don't know. So I sent it in. This was mid last year, you guys. This was early last year that I sent this recording into TBI. And I did let, there's one local that we know who I trust, who is very close to the Summer Wells case, is local in the area. And I just let her know. I let her know what we found out because she cries when she talks about Summer Wells. We're very good friends with her. And she kept, I told her about this, and every month we're like, okay, TBI knows. They know about this. And she would text me like, have you heard anything? Are they searching the cemetery yet? And I'm like, nope, nothing. I haven't heard anything.
Yeah.
I'm reaching out to people in the area. Is anybody like around the cemetery? Are they searching? Nope, nothing. Month after month after month goes by, and I'm like, they must be getting a warrant or something. They must have to get a warrant, and that's taken a long time. But this is like a year ago, you guys. And
We've always had hope. I mean,
after a while, we gave up. It wasn't Robin.
no.
It wasn't Robin. It was another local. There were a lot of locals.
No,
there.
it's not.
It was a good guess, though.
Oh God, poor Robin.
I know. After about, I think the 8th month, I assumed several things about TBI. I assumed that they had already searched the cemetery at some point and nobody knows about it. Nobody knew about it. God, no, not PG. She's not local.
We have talked to Donna Serafina before.
She's not local either.
No, but somebody said please contact. Sorry.
I assumed that they had either already checked the cemetery, although nobody has confirmed that they've ever dug any graves up, or they didn't care because maybe, what can you do with a source? Like maybe I thought maybe they felt like if a source is a drug user, it's unreliable. It's not going to stand up in court. So maybe they were just like, yeah, whatever. This is what some drug user's saying. We can't use it.
Right.
So they set that aside. And I kept on checking the newsroom page. Have they searched it? Have they searched it? And the newsroom, now locals have said TBI this is interesting, that there are local searches now that have been starting in the area, according to the Summer Wells family.
Now?
According to the Summer Wells family Facebook, they said that TBI has been out there.
Sorry, I haven't heard you say this.
TBI has been out there searching.
Recently?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yet, I'm going to show you guys, I don't get it. They are not updating the community. And I don't, if they're
What
out
is
there
this?
searching.
The Amber Alert? That was from what, 4 years ago?
No, this is the TBI newsroom page.
Okay.
And the last update was 6/14/2023. That's it. That's the latest, and it goes 2022.
I'm
and
sorry,
and
I have a hard time believing that she would look like that.
So they have done if they've done these searches, they're not letting the public, they're not giving the public an update on any information about what's been searched. I mean, they have in the past. They're like, yes, we searched the property, we searched the sheds, we searched everything.
Yeah.
Trust me, we're doing everything we possibly can. They're not telling us anything about this. And it could be because they're still actively trying to get warrants, and that's okay.
They have not called it a cold case.
They have not called it a cold case.
Usually when the case goes 4 years,
however,
it's called a cold case.
However,
sorry, I didn't mean.
However, we got confirmation from locals that the TBI was definitely staging at a church down the road in that area. They were searching. So it's not just the Summer Wells family that has reported this. We got confirmation that TBI is 100% searching in that area. And they were actually spotted in one of the stores too.
Okay. Recently?
Yeah. Getting some drinks. Yeah. So they're definitely in the area. They're definitely searching.
Well, a cop's got a drink. I mean, like soda. Sorry. I'll shut up now.
So that was clue number 2 from last year.
Yeah.
That again wasn't acted on. And I kind of made up excuses for TBI. Like I said, it was a drug source. So Chancery court order. You must obtain a court order from the Chancery Court in the county where the remains are currently buried. All right, that must. I mean, that would be what they would be working on.
Angel on Earth. I wonder why you think that.
Maybe he forwarded a text with that. Who knows?
Huh.
So that was the second thing. And I know. So that clue was partial remains in a box.
I don't like to.
Morrison
I
Cemetery.
hate to talk
Morrison
about
Cemetery.
that. Like,
Okay.
I think we haven't talked about it.
The reason I'm grinning is because I feel like such a freaking idiot. Because what I had talked about, you guys, what I had learned about the text messages from 2 years earlier, I didn't put two and two together. Like, I feel like a complete moron. I did not. Partial remains in the box, text message. It was out of my mind because Cotton Simpson was out of my mind, and I wasn't thinking
Why
about
was he out of your mind?
because it wasn't relevant, in my opinion, to the case anymore.
Why?
In my opinion, it was the cemetery. I still believe the cemetery double stacking. I had heard from Andy about how criminals around there do double stacking in cemeteries. I was all over the cemetery and potentially Fred or the circle.
I definitely had feelings about that cemetery. Right?
Hold on,
What happened?
I gotta ban someone.
Oh shit! Oh, sorry. Yeah. This is live, right? Okay.
Yep.
Like, what was I saying?
Okay, so
What was I saying?
he didn't drive all around town with a head. It was at his.
Sorry,
I don't know.
I don't mean to laugh. I mean, we've known about this stuff for so long that I don't mean to laugh. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's.
What are your thoughts? Go ahead.
I had a feeling about that cemetery,
Morrison?
and you know I did when we went there.
Morrison.
Right?
You're thinking of Light. I think you're thinking of Light Cemetery. Did you have a feeling of Morrison? Or I have to look at that video again.
Yeah.
It is nuts, Katerina. You think when I heard that, I didn't think it was? I mean, it didn't make any sense.
It does not. It does not. And that could be like a...
And to me, the fact that it did come from that particular type of source. And again, you could be right that it's so nuts, and that's why the TBI did not take it seriously.
Yes.
In my opinion, that's when I'm like, well, yeah, it is nuts, and that's why they're not doing anything about it.
But it's still something, though.
But then the recent search raised my eyebrows. They are recently searching, and they are recently searching in that general area. They said at the bottom of the property, includes the Morrison Cemetery area. They're focused in that general area. So that raised my eyebrows. I'm like, maybe it took like a freaking year for them to piece that with other stuff they possibly know. And so now they're going after the cemetery area to actually look into these crazy claims. They are completely crazy. I know.
Well, I've got a dumb question. So Cotton Simpson was found or known to visit his mother at her grave at that night, right? What cemetery was that?
Dunker Church.
Different cemetery from what we're talking about now?
Morrison's right across the street from Ben Hill.
All right.
Yes. See if there's any, that's what I believe. And I'll get to this in a second. I believe if there's anything there. I don't think it's everything, unfortunately. Which part, I don't know, but I'm starting to think there's something there. And the reason I think that is because the searches started in that general area. And once I saw this video, which I'm going to show you guys this video, a lot of you probably already knew about this. That happened in June 28th, right? I know a bunch of comments. We got some comments on our recent Cotton related video with the family. We were talking about Cotton. And some people mentioned Chad, and they mentioned Killer Looks and his video. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? I don't watch him all the time. I watch him sometimes.
I wish he'd come on
It's okay if you want.
so we can ask him.
Let's I'm going to show you guys the part of the video that totally raised my eyebrows. A lot of it was, like I said, it was that I didn't, it was pieced from other videos, other YouTube videos that I didn't think was that credible. But then when it hit this piece of the video, it raised my eyebrows because it connected a lot of dots for me. And kudos to Killer Looks for putting this out there. I don't know who else has put it out there before then, but for him, this is the first time I learned about this. What happened on June 28th?
Yeah.
And
Great.
let me make sure. Hold on. I'm going to make sure you guys can hear the sound. Let me do this again. Share screen. Share screen. Connect. Yeah, share audio. Here we go. Let's do this.
Here we go.
Exact cemetery. The TBI came out and said they were following up on a recent tip and that they would mention, but note
for me to do to be in a car. For me to do to be in a.
Bernard brings up Morrison Cemetery during a conversation back in February of 2025.
And he said it, by the way, Andy's been saying Morrison Cemetery since the very beginning. I'm going to clarify something people have said about Andy.
Touch upon Andy.
We need to. Andy, when we first talked, told us one of the very first things we talked about was, I'm like, where do you think, like, you know, the criminals in the area, you know, the people who are criminals, even though he's like, yes, I know criminals and I don't judge people for some criminal activity, but he was like, anything involving kids, I'm going to throw those MFers under the bus. He's like, I don't stand for kids. But criminals in the holler, in this area in particular, a method that they use, he told me he was the first person I learned about double stacking from. It's like they will hide things in a cemetery. And the reason he has always said Morrison Cemetery is because his house is up on a hill. Him and Jody Sue and the kids lived on that hill when someone went missing.
In what proximity to Ben Hill?
Up on the hill, like, so there's the corner property and then there's a ridge, and up on that ridge is their house, so they can hear everything down on, like, down the ridge, you know, and the cemetery in particular. And after Summer went missing, it was like June 16th, there was an interment, there was a funeral happening on the 16th. Yes, it was across from the wells, exactly. And Andy doesn't like to admit this because he's not super religious, but I consider Andy to be a spiritual person. He believes in feelings. He believes people can have certain feelings about things, and he believes strongly in dreams. He believes strongly in dreams, and he was having a dream about this, and he said this several times. It was a dream that people were putting her in a grave. That's what the dream was. They were putting her, Summer, in a grave. And as he's waking up, he's hearing funeral music, and he wakes up and he's like, what the heck is going on? And he looks out the window and he sees this funeral that's happening on the 16th.
That's freaking crazy.
So ever since then, he has always said, because of that dream I had, it hit him, it impacted him so strongly. It's like, I think she's there. I think she's there. You can read his comment right here. I think she is in Morrison Cemetery, and I'm not afraid to say it. Not scared to say it. He said it way before 2025. He said it from the beginning. He's always believed that because of that dream he had. It was because of the dream he had. The dream was twisted. People said, oh, he said he saw her get buried. No, he saw her get buried in the dream. And then he woke up and he saw the funeral happening. That's what that was all about. And he said that from the beginning. Let's continue.
It was an odd detail to mention, but notable. The location has long been speculated about by internet sleuths due to its proximity and visibility, but had never been officially acknowledged until that moment. This was a chilling detail, especially with Chad Arnold being the local gravedigger at that exact cemetery. The TBI came out and said they were following up on a recent tip and that they would never give up on finding Summer. Around this same period, Marlena Crawford, whose sister is in a relationship with Chad Arnold, another tie to Ricky Jr., suddenly appears on YouTube to address the rumors swirling around him. Her tone was strange. Some viewers felt she was defending Chad. Others believed she was inadvertently throwing him under the bus. Chad's name, which had rarely been mentioned, was now front and center in one of the most scrutinized corners of missing persons investigations on the internet. Then came June 28th. Chad Arnold was arrested for a probation violation tied to a prior drug charge. Normally, someone in his situation would see a judge within a few days, possibly a week at most, accounting for weekends and docket schedules. Chad's hearing wasn't rescheduled once, but twice. Chad has still not seen a judge and will not appear in court until July 21st. That's a 3-week delay with no explanation. During that exact window of silence, on July 3rd, the Wells family posted on social media thanking the TBI for asking to search over the road below our house. This statement caught immediate attention.
So that segment,
That sparked something in you, didn't it?
yes. I am curious, Lips. I do want to ask you a little bit of Marlena, maybe later, whether you consider her to be reliable. I've heard her conflict herself, making some statements on some channels and conflicting statements on the other. Marlena Crawford. So I've never considered her to be a reliable source. I could be wrong. And I'm curious, if you were the first who interviewed her, one of them, I'd like to know more about what you think about that at some point.
Yeah.
But that piece of, yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't know if she's telling the truth.
Right.
That piece right there that I just showed you guys on Killer Look's video, the moment I saw the arrest, I'm like, you have to be shitting me. The arrest happened on June 28th. The TBI searches happened on the 3rd, several days after the arrest.
Right.
Which means to me, they finally are getting additional information from Chad Arnold, I think, that's corroborating a lot of the past stuff they've received. Tips, various tips. That's what I think. I think that they are finally getting enough more from Chad that is corroborating a lot of things. And now it's triggering these searches that are finally happening. That's what I think. But again, I've seen other things on Killer's video that was like, there's no proof for that. There's no evidence of that. I had to check for myself that that Chad was actually arrested. And I think a lot of you, some of you, if you have to block anyone, mods, please feel free. We have a lot of people in here, and sometimes
Rockin' Robin, what?
let me take. I'm going to show you guys the arrest records, and I'm going to show you what seems to be happening, in my opinion, which is really, really interesting. So this is Chad Arnold's. I checked Hawkins County online court records. There's no evidence. We would have no clue, Katerina, if he talked. He's in jail. He's behind locked bars. Come on now. Sorry, I don't
like he'd talk, right?
I think he might.
You
now
think so?
let's dig into this.
Okay.
So take a look. This is the latest thing here, the open status, 6/30/2025. And if you go through to the charges, I thought it was probation violation. I think Killer might have said probation violation or something. No, this is Chad.
This is Chad. Okay.
Possession of meth.
Sorry, I misspoke.
Resisting arrest and possession of unlawful drug paraphernalia. Right.
Okay.
These are simply charges. He's not convicted yet. Just saying. These are charges. But this is the interesting part. He was arrested on the 30th. He was arraigned on the 30th. It was rescheduled to July 9th. Now, the TBI search happened on the 3rd. It was rescheduled to July 21st. It was rescheduled again to November.
November. Why?
So you tell me. He is being held.
Anyone know why?
He is being held. He's being held, waiting for the hearing. So this is what Killer Looks nailed. They are delaying. They're holding him until November. to me, it feels like the rescheduling, the timing of the search after he was arrested. It is feeling to me like he is cracking. He is sharing something.
Mm.
I think that he's talking, or at least they're trying to get him to
think
talk.
so.
I think he's said enough so far that it triggered that search in July 3rd. I think so too, Running Bear. I think that there's no other reason why they would do this. That was clue number 3. Him being arrested and being held and it being delayed. That's huge in my opinion. And the timing. For me, the biggest thing was the day of his arrest, the time of his arrest, and the time of the search. Those feel connected. Those feel like one triggered the other.
Right.
And now the last thing that for me brought it all back to the cemetery again was the alleged claim that Chad was a gravedigger in the area. If you watch that video again, if you need to rewind it, if you're watching this after this, there was that claim that he was a well-known gravedigger. I'm like, okay, we can prove that. We can ask a bunch of locals, do you know if Chad was a well-known gravedigger? I heard that it wasn't like he was a well-known gravedigger. It was he had helped families. It was known that he had helped certain families with digging their families' graves. So yes, we got somewhat confirmation through locals that he was a gravedigger. And that to me, the timing of the arrest, the timing of the search, the timing of the arrest, if he really was, he had the, I don't know, skill set, if you want to call it that,
Right.
which of understanding how graves there were dug and how the structure of the grave would be. Now, there are people who have said that they have vaults. Sometimes when they put someone in a cemetery, they'll put a vault in. That's not always true. In a lot of cases, in less expensive internments, they will not do that. They put they use a backhoe, they dig a deep hole, and they put those boards around it with like that fake grass and everything, and they will put it in. And if something had been placed underneath, now here's the thing that everyone is also mentioning. I think earlier in the comments, someone has mentioned, didn't people take dogs over there? Number one, nope, you're not blocked, Dr. Sue. Did the searchers use cadaver dogs? Did EquiSearch use like did EquiSearch use a ground penetrating radar? That I didn't hear. Somebody mentioned that earlier. I did not hear EquiSearch did that. Great ground penetrating radar. I know they did drones in a 5-mile radius around Summers property. They used the LiDAR and they used like the heat sensing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that they actually focus on the cemetery. I would love to have proof of that if anybody knows or has a link of Dave ever saying that, Dave Radar ever saying that.
Right.
But cadaver dogs, unfortunately, if you take them in a cemetery, here's the problem. Possibly,
That's a big problem.
since thankfully we've finally gotten trained on how cadaver dogs get trained and the different levels of decomposition, yes, they can be trained to actually detect a newer
Right.
scent decomp,
Yes.
a decomp trigger warning, you guys,
Mm-hmm.
or an older one, right? And some
Mhm.
dogs can have the whole spectrum of abilities. The problem is this was a very new internment, and that would have been a very
Right.
new remains underneath the internment.
Right.
And so a dog would have picked up on, in a cemetery, a cadaver dog, I'm sorry, would have been useless. They would have picked up on too many
Oh yeah.
remains, and the handler would not know if the indication,
Right.
the handler would not know if the indication was related to the grave itself or something
Have you
underneath.
discussed that with someone who is?
I might talk to Butch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good to know.
But I know that Sam detected a old grave once
I mean, it only makes sense.
with Duke, and so
With their remains, their remains.
it's decomp scent.
Right.
And decomp scent is decomp scent.
Especially if it was a newer grave,
Yes.
right?
It was
was a newer grave.
Yep. And the scent, I don't know if you guys know this, and this is kind of gross to talk about, but if you learn about HRD, yeah, but Jen has important things to say too. Come on now.
Oh, sorry.
No, other people have gotten mad at me for interrupting you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I don't know if you guys know this, but apparently we learned this from Butch. Everyone smells the same. I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. It's just weird. When you pass away, if I pass away, if Jen passes away, God forbid, we all have the same scent.
Mm-hmm.
We all go through the same processes, and there's no difference from, like, if anybody tells you they're getting a scent article for HRD, like they're BSing you, because you don't need a scent article at that point. And they also can't differentiate between one person to another. It's all the same. So in a cemetery, they're everywhere, depending on the age of each of the graves. So he doesn't know where Summer is buried. Like I said earlier, Andy thinks, based on his dream, where he guesses where she is. And he's always said Morrison Cemetery from the very beginning. And yes, we went there, actually. He asked me the other day, for some reason, someone had claimed that he never took someone there, or I have a video of him taking us to Morrison a long time ago, like last year. Oh, which I think I have it on my backup drive. I think so too. And I'm hoping that Chad is potentially the one that gives them the last piece that they need. And so that was the last piece that, in my opinion, after all of these things, and I went back and remembered and looked back at my notes of Cotton and that claim about the text messages. Those two things are connected. Those are two witnesses. One witness within the drug circle, a different person, and then Cotton, who had gotten the text message saying the same exact thing. So to me, you've got two people, two witnesses in various ways, whether it's a text message is a witness, but a text message is a text message that TBI has saying the same thing. Separate remains separated in some form or fashion. Whether you believe the crazy box thing, it's up to you. I mean, believe what you want. That's what the story was. That's what was told by the second person. The first person said split remains, and specifically the upper part of the body. So those are two things that correlated with one another, confirmed one another, two different sources, and then combined with Chad being arrested, the search near the cemetery around Ben Hill, and Chad potentially being a gravedigger. In my opinion, I've put all of those things, though all of those things make me believe that the Morrison Cemetery is a place that has to be searched.
Mm-hmm.
They have to get a warrant and they have to search it. Especially since one of the sources, the one that was the recording, actually mentioned Morrison as well.
Right.
So I am hoping, if there are enough people convinced by this that Morrison they need to search Morrison. Like, we've been waiting forever for them to do something there. We thought that it wasn't important. Now I believe that it is key to everything. I think TBI investigators are struggling. I think they are not getting permission. They're not getting the warrant from people who are higher up. And if, like some of you mentioned earlier, if there's some kind of ring, circle, powerful people getting in their way and trying to prevent them from searching for whatever insane reason, there needs to be enough of an outcry, enough angry people demanding that they search that cemetery. In my opinion, they have to. I believe the family, people know people know the site. Like the family suspects it. I believe the family suspects something happened. I don't think they would stop the TBI from searching. I don't even think they need a friggin' warrant. I think they could just get the family to give them permission and they could do it, in my opinion, from what I've heard. So they need to finally search that cemetery. And I didn't want to release some of the stuff, but it's been long enough. I think it's worth letting people know what all the converging information that points to Morrison, that points to the situation with the remains, and then let the pieces fall where they fall,
Right.
in my opinion. I think they do. I think they do. I think they need to tell the district attorney to let them. Or maybe they haven't asked. Who knows? Maybe they are still waiting on Chad to tell them specifically more information. We'll see. And we could be wrong. Maybe they're not being held up. But I think that it's important. I think it's important that people know that why Morrison is important. And I believe it does need to be searched. It's just my opinion. It's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Is it your opinion?
Well, I've been told I shouldn't talk.
I'm asking you what your opinion is. Jen is wonderful.
I agree with everything you say.
See, Becky said she wants to hear your opinion. What's your opinion?
I just think this has been a long time coming, and I think we should hear, this, because I'm glad we put these pieces together. I'm just out here because I've been told not to.
No, I want to hear it. Come on.
I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on. Sorry, I'm too sensitive. Yeah. I'm too sensitive.
Now, you visited Morrison. You visited Morrison Cemetery. You visited Light Cemetery. I took you to the church down the road where you're like, why are we even coming here? There's nothing here. That white church on the corner of Lone Star. I think it's Lone Star.
I felt...
yeah, me too, Running Bear.
Yeah, I totally felt that we should recheck Morrison Cemetery.
You felt like we...
Oh, yeah.
Really? There's nothing... Here's the thing, like... And I want to get to Chilbilly's question because that's important. Let me start.
I'm gonna cry. I'm sorry.
You're gonna cry? Why?
No. Okay, I'm okay.
There,
I'm too sensitive. Sorry, guys.
We, for a while, when TBI did not follow up on it, I reached out to a person with ground penetrating radar. We were so desperate, we were going to try to take ground penetrating radar with the permission of the family, obviously. I don't even know if you need permission, probably. And approach it at an angle, if that's even possible. I was going to reach out to, I was in the process of reaching out to a person who runs a company that does ground penetrating radar, and actually asked them if that's possible in a cemetery to see underneath, see if there's a void and stuff. We were headed in that direction. That's how crazy it was. But then a lot of other stuff happened, and we haven't gotten to that point yet. And now that I think the TBI is onto it, please do it. Like, it's all them. They can do this. They can at least put this to bed. And that Chillbilly is a good point.
We were thinking of bringing a dog in, right?
Not there, not at the cemetery. They wouldn't do any good.
Why?
I just said earlier.
Sorry.
The graves. All the graves.
Yeah.
That's the other thing, Chillbilly, that made me hesitate before I did this, because I was like, Lisa Kay had put out something recently about the corner property, the woman who was in the corner, and the camera. And there's a camera there, so they would have seen, potentially, anyone going in and out in a certain window. The question is, like you point out here, there's only a 3-day window to get her in there. There was a lot of people looking around after the 15th. Who and when would they have done it? And there was supposedly a camera, but what's the time frame that they took from the camera? And how much, if it's something lame like a Ring camera, how much footage was there? Was it only that day? Was it a little bit after that day? Was it that evening? Would the camera have picked up evening activity? And even if that's from the roadside, you also have access to that You also have access to the cemetery via the backside if you cross properties. And I don't know if people realize that Chad lives right down the road from Morrison Cemetery, not very far. So there's other access points that would bypass the camera, which kind of throws out the camera being the definitive thing debunking this. I would love to see if there was actually camera footage, if they had pulled. I would love to know what time frame they pulled camera footage, if they did pull camera footage.
Right.
It would have had to be. And the other thing I was thinking about is the funeral did happen right after, the day after. The only way they could have done it beyond the 16th is if they literally redug it
Hmm.
and then put it underneath, which to me that would have been insane, because then they'd have to either dig underneath or lift the whole thing out and put
I'm
something
sorry, I
underneath it.
haven't been able to keep up. So you're saying you think they might have put her in there before the other person was buried?
Yes. Which, I mean,
I'm
Chillbilly's
sorry,
making
I'm just
Chillbilly's.
not.
If you put logically think about it, she went missing on the 15th. The funeral was sometime on the 16th. I don't even know what time of day it was. Would have been late, maybe in the morning sometime, late morning, I would think. They would have had to do it overnight, in my opinion. And the searches happened. I think that family we interviewed said they were searching until what, like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning?
Was it?
They went late. And so it would have had to be very late, early morning hours. They would have to sneak in the dark of night / morning and hide something. So
Thank you, Robin and Bobby. I don't know.
somebody
I'm
say
just
something?
a little bit emotional.
Did somebody say something
Somebody
specific?
told me to stop talking.
That was earlier. I told you.
I'm sorry. I can't help it. Oh,
It does really bother you guys. People tell me I interrupt you sometimes too.
no, it's. I mean, you're the star.
Oh,
tonight.
really, Chillbilly? 18th. I thought it was on the 16th. If that's true, then there is a 3-day window, and then that opens up whether or not they got in there outside of the time frame that the camera was pulled. Don't cry.
I can't.
She's
I'm
actually
sorry, I'm
very
so
sensitive.
sensitive. I'm sorry, guys. No, it's fine. I mean, I totally understand. He's got the floor.
I just had a lot to cover, but
No, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Rock and Robin just smacked them down.
I'm sorry, guys. No, don't even. I'm just too sensitive, you guys. Listen to Ryan.
Okay.
He's got the important stuff to say.
Yeah, but you are the emotion of this whole team.
No kidding.
You sense things like emotion of the
No,
people.
I'm really like, I think this is all really important. Maybe I should step out.
No, you don't have to step out. Teresa says she's sensitive too. Don't feel bad.
Okay.
So they opened it on the 16th. Man, Chillbilly, if you're right, you just clarified a whole lot for me, because I always thought that 15th / 16th was like the window and they were done on the 16th. But if it was the 18th, that's crazy. Yeah, that opens up a whole window of opportunity. You got a lot of supporters, Jen. They got your back over here. Yeah, I know. And you know what, Lake 17?
I'm sorry. No, guys, you shouldn't, like, don't focus on me, because he's the one that does all the. I just, sorry, I can't talk right now.
See,
you guys are so sweet.
There is a reason why I take care of comments. I take care of any responses to any videos that are out there. I block pretty much all the negativity, not only for Jen, but for you all too. We try to keep this place a place of kindness. But you know, sometimes when you cover things like this,
I totally understand. Like, of course,
there are people who are going to disagree. There are always people who are going to disagree.
You got, like, he's saying some really important stuff, and it's important. So
And I know there are going to be people.
Now,
Who,
you guys are being so nice, it's making me cry more. Just listen to Ryan. He's got stuff to say.
I don't know if they would have been there. Yeah, I mean, they were there. Did they actually? You know what I mean? Did they investigate? Did they dig? Did they penetrate the ground? Did they just? I don't know. I'm hoping that if they didn't, they will, and I'm hoping if there's something there, they will find it. Um, I think it's important. I do. I really think it's important at this point. I think Morrison Cemetery. I'm back to that, and I don't think I'm going to change my mind at this point. There are people who are going to disagree, and that's good. And other channels are probably going to, you know, go through and talk about the first two things I talked about, which is okay.
Mhm.
If they are respectful, which a lot of channels out there are, where we'll probably participate in some of those conversations with them on their channels. Any of them who just are mean, narcissistic, hateful, we just
There are a
we
lot of
we block
those.
them because they don't really add much to the conversation. You can disagree without being an ass, and I think that's the important thing is disagree and give your reasons, give your
Right.
logic, and that leads to good conversations between people who disagree. And so there's a lot of channels that I deal with, that I interact with, that we disagree with, but we do it with respect. And I think that's the good side of YouTube. And the bad side of YouTube, you guys, if you see those people who are just kind of hateful, do what I do. Like, you on the feed, when you see their video pop up, you can click the little 3 dots and say, do not show me this channel anymore. And it changes your whole experience on YouTube. Yeah, her shirt does say it all. Good vibes only.
Yeah, I wish YouTube was like that.
Cleaning up your feed on YouTube changes the whole game. It just makes it so much better. It makes a more positive experience. I wish that TikTok had a better way of doing that. TikTok is so
Is it
random.
worse? I don't really go on
I don't
TikTok very
like
much.
YouTube lets you really control your feed. I love it. I don't even know most of those people exist. They're dead to us once they go negative. They're like, what? I don't even know who they are anymore. The texts are in a phone in TBI's. I'm assuming their evidence vault or wherever it is on Cotton Simpson's phone. But TBI has that phone, so they have that evidence. Don't pay attention to the jerks.
I can't, like, the more people are. Can I step out for a minute?
Yep. Oh, thank you, Vintage Mama, for becoming a member. Appreciate you so much.
I'm such a dork.
Yeah, I think that was it. Timothy Morrison. I'm trying to remember the name of the actual grave. Didn't want to mention the grave. But I think that might have been it. Yes, it is. She's raw, sensitive. Earlier in this live, I mentioned clue number 2, which was interviewing the family and learning that was turned into TBI, which we decided to finally release because we just want people to know that is now corroborated by the second witness who was recorded saying the same thing, a different witness. And if that's true, and she also mentioned Morrison, I am very lucky. Hey, Jen.
What?
Your mic is on. Yeah, the second witness, the also mentioned the separate remains, mentions Morrison, so it ties those two things together potentially. And again, if you're late to this live, just watch the earlier part, and I kind of explain that in detail. Mic check. She won't let one rip.
What?
They said her mic is on. Hopefully, she won't let one rip.
I'm just being over emotional.
She doesn't. Honestly, you guys, she doesn't get this emotional like usually. So something you guys, I think it's the kindness you guys are showing her at this point.
I can't.
That's making it even like.
I'm sorry, Buttercup.
She's feeling the love tonight. And I'm curious what you guys think too. I mean, this was my logical thinking through this, all the way back to Morrison, going way back to 2 years ago, what we learned, a year ago, what we learned, and then this Chad Arnold stuff. To me, it's coming together, and I'm so hopeful the TBI is going to make a move. I'm really hopeful it's going to happen soon, honestly, and it will be amazing. It will be amazing.
Yes.
If they can actually if they do a search and they actually find something, it will be amazing.
That would be the best outcome.
Did someone accuse anyone of SA? Hope not. Okay. There was a rumor that she was put in a black too, supposedly. Yeah, see, I don't know. I didn't hear anything about Grandis, honestly. If you prove a grave at 3 feet and you have something that's the vault. And again, I don't know if they even did that there, Chillbilly. I'd be curious if you do, but they don't do that in every grave. Typical casket is 2 feet tall, so 4 feet hit something, it's a casket. I did not know that. If you prove a grave, always do it at the feet. That's cool. Running bear. Okay, any other thoughts? Any other thoughts? I have a question. Didn't that Eddie, oh God, say that.
Eddie.
Cowboy Man. I think she's talking about.
Cowboy Man?
Yeah, I don't follow it at all.
I
Say
don't
that
even know
Candace,
who that is.
I try to ignore it.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, I forgot his whole name though. Candace will say that Don was used to him. I've heard that rumor too. I haven't seen any. I haven't heard much more of that. Just rumors. Thank you, Marie.
Oh,
Oh, new member. Thank you, Beth.
yay.
Appreciate
Thank
that so
you.
much.
Ignore my emotional
I
outburst.
thought that was a red tote, Robin. Was there a black tote in there too?
Wait, what?
In the milk jug video.
Huh.
I don't think much about the church theory. I mean, there's a illegal adoption
Oh, goodness.
theory.
Oh,
There is an
church.
illegal adoption theory, whether you call it being saved or whatever. That one, the church theory, I mean, I give it like a 20% chance of
Yeah,
being actually
it's
anything.
Occam's razor.
Simplest, man. We learned that this last weekend. The next video you guys see to one of our upcoming videos is our search for Keith Conley, and how much
Right.
we learned so much from that. And the basic thing we learned was Occam's razor. Keep it simple. Don't go immediately to criminal activity unless you're in a case that goes over 4 years.
The most probable.
Immediately go after
Yeah.
the most likely scenario. Yeah. Yes, welcome to the tribe.
Mhm.
Thank you guys.
you.
Appreciate the support so much.
You guys are so sweet. I'm sorry I showed my true colors.
She's sensitive.
I'm just a little sensitive.
Sean, Cadaver Dogs. I'd have to ask that. I don't think so. I honestly think that it's the same gases that are given off, but I might ask Butch about that, if they can actually be trained to ignore it.
Huh. That's a good question.
It's a good point. They are embalmed. So, but.
No, that's a good question.
Yeah, it is a really good question.
But, Summer wouldn't have been embalmed. Correct?
They would be embalmed, yeah.
But Summer would not have been.
And Summer wouldn't have been. Maybe there's a way to differentiate, but that would be crazy training. I don't know how you would do that.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh, Jan, you have a kind heart.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, see.
Thank you, Vintage Mama. I hope
you guys are so sweet.
Hope you enjoy them. We try combining research with ground searches and doing everything we can for no other purpose than again, I will say it again. Anybody who hears claiming we're trying to make money off of YouTube, I don't know how you make money. Well, I do know how you make money on YouTube. You sit on a camera and you just talk.
Yeah, we
And most of the channels attacking us, that's all they do.
we're putting 2 girls through college
Yeah.
right now.
And sinking money into doing this. But
No,
again,
we are not.
the main reason we do it
We're not making money.
is for the kids. It's kids that are missing, and in most of these cases it's kids.
Yes.
Sometimes we cover adults too, but we care
Right,
about these
we do.
families. And the more we talk to the families, the more we feel just like we're gonna do this.
Right.
And if people want to doubt it, if anyone out there wants to doubt motivation, they can, but we're doing it for, we know what reasons we're doing it for.
Yes. Oh, you missed one.
Okay, which one?
No, that I wanted to read.
Jenna, I got emotional.
Sorry.
I got emotional before I found out I was pregnant. You're a great person. Don't
Oh
listen to
gosh,
me.
I don't think I'm pregnant. At my age, I don't think I'm pregnant. Oh, but that was a great time in my life.
I'm actually catching up on comments. Man, they went fast tonight.
Yeah.
Holy cow. Yeah, I don't care. I don't, like I said,
Yeah.
I block most of those channels, and
Siggy.
I don't blame her. I'll be honest. I don't usually respond to things, but I understand. Like, I understand why. I don't think that I think there's a lot that that would be mean to say. I think Fred. I think there's a lot she is not made aware of. I think she's
No,
not.
I don't think. I think she's blind.
I think there's.
Blind
I'm going to
to-
mention something else actually that may help with understanding this scenario around Fred. I didn't want to talk too much about him, but during that recording of the person in the inner circle, we were hearing that at the time he was kind of threatening, kind of acting like he knew someone was talking, and he was visiting them more often, checking up on the friends, and
Mhm.
allegedly carrying a firearm, which I don't think he's allowed to at that time. This was right before he went to Indiana. This is right before then. So I think she is I still to this day think she's a good person deep down.
I just think she's so
sweet, but I think she's just
blind.
she's bought in, man. She's 100% bought in. And
I'm
obviously she's
sorry.
married. So.
I don't want her to. I mean, like, I feel bad for her, and I don't want to be patronizing.
Thank you, Tamara.
I don't want to be patronizing to her, but I seriously feel bad for her.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't put out the stuff we found about to go like to hurt people. We're putting out things we know because that's what we found out, and we want to let you guys know. Like, it's just the truth. It could be about anybody. In this case, it happens to be about him. We've covered things about Cotton. We've covered things about a lot of people in this case, and it's just. I mean, sorry if she takes offense to it. I can't help that. Just what it is. That's what we found out. Is what we learned from the different witnesses. So
I think the reason, like, when I first was introduced to Ziggy, I liked her, which makes me think that she's a very vulnerable person.
very vulnerable.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I can't really be angry at her because I think she's a vulnerable person.
Yeah, I don't have any
You
anger.
know what I'm saying?
Yep,
like,
zero anger in my heart for Ziggy at all.
And I just feel bad for her.
Yep.
But maybe I'm saying too much.
What was announced, Karen, on the interview room with Broadcast with Chris McDonough? I probably missed the first. Oh, Hunter.
Ooh.
Yeah, there are some people who think he knows more, but I don't know about that.
I'd like to talk to him though.
No, not Fred. Chad Arnold is in jail currently. Oh yeah, the PI. Thanks for asking. I can't remember if we mentioned it at the last live. What was his name again? Shoot. Who had the tip about the brothers, right? Yeah, the two brothers in botched robbery. I didn't hear that part. They didn't get what they came for, so they took summer. I thought he just released it was about brothers. His background is legit. Like he was part of a missing persons foundation or council or something in his state, and he's credentialed. Jason Jensen, thank you. Under your scars. I think he's legit, and I think he had a tip. You think he got a tip from someone? I no idea who it would have been from, but I do know that he's been friending a bunch of people on Facebook who I don't know why. Surprising people he's been friending. So I think he's doing his own research. I think he's trying to do his own digging, making friends with people, talking to people. I think he's doing a lot of digging, and more power to him. I hope he does. I think the more the merrier. It's one thing we will not do is try to act like we own the case. I think nobody should own a case. You should
No
invite
way.
and welcome more people to do research and try to get to the truth. And we welcome Jason.
No one owns a
100%.
case until it's solved.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, he did. In one of the lives, we would love to talk to Hunter. I think we would be respectful, and I don't think we would be very, I might ask some hard questions, but it would be cool to talk to Hunter. I just don't, people have been saying he knows more, and I don't know. I think he saw stuff and he might suspect stuff, but I don't know if he knows anything, similar to Andy and others who are close to the case. I could be wrong.
Bet Crooks.
Oh no. No, I went and blocked Lips. Did somebody block Lips?
Oh, she's the one that said no soft.
Oh, she can be a little
No, you gotta block her.
okay. Well, she can be
No.
opinionated.
Well, she made me cry, so you're gonna
She's
block
the
her,
one?
right? Yeah.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, that's another. I think she
You're
might
my
have a
husband,
channel.
right?
She might have a channel too, so she's
You're my husband.
unfortunately gonna have to enter the membership of Dead to Us channels. That's all right. Yeah, definitely. Definitely one of the last to see her live. Great one to question. I mean, McDonough did a fantastic job questioning him. Oops. Fourth clue was, the first was that Chad Arnold got arrested. The second was that he allegedly is a known grave digger, and I was only able to confirm.
You're not sure about that?
Yeah, I am. That he had helped a few families. So he is a grave digger. I wouldn't say he's like the biggest grave digger well known in this area, like the video kind of implied.
Pretty
but
strong to be a grave digger.
I don't know. He's like famous as a grave digger in the area, but I think he definitely has done that, and he has the skill set. So okay.
Why do they still need like grave diggers? Can't they use?
So it was somebody else. I'll talk to Lips. I've chatted with her in different other channels. So
I'm
I
sorry.
think it was someone else.
I don't know. Sorry, Lips. If
I'll talk to her.
this is stupid because I don't want to take away from what Ryan's talking about. Just go with what Ryan's saying.
See something.
now.
See something. All right. Put up the shields.
Sorry, guys. This is so unnecessary.
It's okay. We that was covered the four clues, and really why we're personally focused on Morrison, and I'm hoping and praying the TBI does the right thing, gets the warrant, does a search. I think it's one grave personally. I think it's one grave site, but could be several. People have said they are trying to, that they are planning to, and no one can prove that. I don't know where they heard it. If just some channel has said, yeah, they're going to, and provided no basis for how they would know the TBI's plans, other than the TBI's in the area, and maybe they're assuming that might be the case. But
Right.
I hope that's the case, and I hope that they are going to search Morrison Cemetery. I've said it a million times.
How can we get them to do that?
We can't. I mean,
Where-
they've got their investigation, and we could be. I'm not going to say nobody can tell TBI what to do. Nobody knows what TBI is doing. We don't know what they know. So we could be. I'm going to be the first person to tell you before anybody else can. We could be way off. All I know is these things that I've talked about tonight have line up with Morrison Cemetery. Chad potentially giving information that's leading them in that direction to where we know they're searching. So we know that's true. The reason they're searching, yes, we could definitely be wrong, even though this evidence points that way. We could be wrong. And they could be there for a completely different reason. It could be unrelated to Chad, or Chad could be pointing them in a different direction to want to go to the foot of the driveway. Foot of the driveway made me first think of potentially someone hitting, and them looking for like old evidence of an accident down by the road or something that happened down there by the road. But since they were situated by the church, I believe the same church they used in the original search, there were a bunch of them down there. Could be anywhere in that whole Beach Creek and Hill area that they're focusing in on, and all we can do is wait and hope that something comes of it soon.
Where's yours?
I think
What's that?
I created merch a long time ago. It does help with search
I
expenses.
am in the works.
Jen wants to create new merch, so you may see new
I'm in the works.
stuff, designs coming up. That does help. Hunter's mom, when Hunter got home that day, that he was in a terrible way and he was shaking her. Yeah, I've heard about the shaking uncontrollably. I told when Hunter's dad was in one of our lives and he said, hey, I might be able to get him to talk to you. I was straight about it. I was like, I'll be honest with you, the first thing that I would probably ask is about that scenario, because I heard about him shaking uncontrollably, being very upset. And I think his reason at the time was that he drank too much. I would love to just talk to him about that. What was he upset? Why was he, if he was upset in any way, kind of what did he see about that? I don't know if he would be honest, but it would be interesting to ask. See if we could get a little more. But
Right.
yeah, yes, that's exactly what Mountain Mama, you just nailed it. Like that's what I heard too.
That's true.
And that's Chad would help sometimes if they needed help digging a grave, and he would pay, he'd be paid to do that. So, and again, that would be a non-vault scenario. He wouldn't be digging a grave and putting a vault in there. You need more money for that type of scenario. So
they still use people to dig graves. They don't use.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Interesting.
it's old school in a lot of communities. They don't have a whole lot of money, so
You gotta be pretty strong to dig a grave.
yes.
Yes.
Well, they use a backhoe.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
It's not old school. It's not that old school.
I was just imagining some guy digging a grave.
Yeah. Okay, I think we could keep talking all night about other things. I don't want to.
Sure.
I want to focus. I like to focus lives, and I love to chat a little bit at the end with you guys about other things, like Hunter and the case and other people in the case. But I definitely want to keep this focused on this because we've got people coming in at the end who watch this as a video, and we like to keep them focused. Right. So
yes.
they prefer it, and hopefully not too many complaints about interrupting. Either me interrupting you.
Okay.
You interrupting
You know
me.
what?
We
You're
get all
gonna
kinds
make
of
me
complaints.
start crying.
No, because we get. There was
I
one
didn't
live.
know that I was interrupting.
There was
you.
one live where they said that about you, and then the next live they said it about me. Like they would just like, Ryan, shut up and let her talk.
I seriously didn't know I was interrupting you. But
You weren't.
I will double check myself.
You weren't. Vaults are $1,000.
Shoot.
Holy cow!
Oh, really?
See that?
Wow, I didn't know that.
people that don't have money, I mean, is Daniel Chad Hayes out of jail? I don't know. Don't know that name. Yeah, you're right,
With the
Karen.
what?
Yeah, if it's a brand new grave.
Dirt.
But Chillbilly said it was
Yeah.
there was actually a 3-day window, and it was the 18th that it was covered. So that's a much larger window for
You'd have to get.
man.
You'd
oh,
have
so
to
it'd be-
get. The family would have to be okay with it first for it to be dug up.
The family, and I believe the
And-
family suspects something, and they would.
Yes?
I think they would be okay
You think
with it.
so?
100%, yes, maybe 90%,
Okay.
just based on what I heard.
90. I don't know. I don't understand why, if TBI had even a inkling about it, if they wouldn't do
See,
that.
how do you become a member? I think you go to our profile. If you click our name, oh, you just hit join. Actually, at the bottom of this video,
Susie?
the bottom of this video, you just hit join.
Even I could do it. Believe it or not.
Hey, Jenkies. So I was talking about that earlier, and I think maybe when almost a year went by and TBI did nothing.
That's a good question.
I was like, I'm just going to reach out to someone, and I'm going to pay whatever it takes to get an expert on ground penetrating radar out here and get person from the family and try to do it. But the problem is ground penetrating radar is straight down. It's like, so you can't go over the grave because you've got the it's going to be hidden. The void, by now it would be a void because it's not inside a container, so it would be a void underneath it. And I think the only way to see it, I do think ground penetrating radar can do it, but somehow at an angle. Like somehow at an angle, you need to be able to see underneath where the coffin is and identify there's actually a void there. By this point, it will be a void with bones, most likely.
Yeah,
So
it's true.
it's a good question, and I do think that's the only way without actually digging to see what's under there.
Right.
If a grave is dug, would one need additional dirt brought from someone else to add to the opening? You need less dirt to fill it because it. Wait a second. But if there's let's think about this. Grave is dug. Something to put underneath. There would be some extra dirt.
Wait, but maybe they dug more.
That's a good point, Birdie.
I don't know.
Somebody would have. It would have been a little bit extra, I would think, given the volume. Although it was a very small. I don't know if it's noticeable. I don't know, but already when my dad died, cemetery plots already bought a mortuary school. Did the embalming at no cost. Wow.
Wow,
5,700. That's insane.
Wow.
Thank you, spiritual hippie, for your support.
Yay.
Members are, I think members are the biggest way. I think people are sympathy membering for you.
Ryan, thanks a lot.
They're like, oh, she's crying.
No.
Thank you either way.
No, I'm
Appreciate
just
that so much.
sensitive, you guys. Don't do it because of that. Oh my gosh,
Fun.
you guys.
We won't do
really, it's not.
It's a good idea, Robin, to do a fundraiser, but we try to avoid fundraisers because we investigated Hurricane Helene scams, and the number one way that people scam is through GoFundMe's, and I just don't want to.
We don't want to be connected to a scam.
I don't know. Maybe someday we'll have to, but no, he didn't say it was a vault. I think he said if it was a vault, there would have been different levels or something like that.
A vault, doesn't it have like a big opening with?
It's like a concrete.
Isn't it like a concrete? Yeah.
They would have been able to dig underneath, but I don't think there was a vault.
I don't know.
In that type of grave, cemetery, and if depending on who dug it too. So yeah, I agree. I really think somebody dropped the ball.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The scream was a clue. I think so too. Hey, that rhymed. Poet.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just mess.
You, Purple Flower. Yeah, that was a good point, Birdies. I hadn't actually thought about that, but that's a really good point. It would be a little bit extra.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep. Sherry.
That's interesting.
I don't know what that means. Is the cherry play? I don't know what you mean. If you mean the replay for this video, it'll be available when we're done our live here.
The chart.
Isn't there a rumor Fred may have unalived supposedly because he may have known Cotton was potentially dead summer or knew something? The only thing I've heard from a recording, actually I think it might have been Killer Looks who actually had this in the same video, was the recording where Fred said he and apparently Marvin had followed Summer. And Marvin Simpson, the guy he wanted me to go talk to.
Did you talk to about him just now?
Marvin Simpson was the guy Fred told me to go talk to find out where the cave was when he was in jail, when Fred was in jail. And now it's going to find out he and Marvin were the two that allegedly followed Cotton, according to what Fred said at one point. He said because Cotton thought he was going to be robbed. So apparently they were following Cotton to make sure that he wasn't robbed. I guess. I think that's what I got out of the recording. I just blew my mind. I'd never heard that recording before.
I'm sorry, but I just see it as
so if they followed him, then yeah, I mean, that probably is one reason why law enforcement did the polygraph. I don't know. Okay, let's go down. Thank you, Robin K.
Yay, Robin K.
Love the new members. Thank you guys so much. Oh.
What? What?
Bullhorn Betty, the one I saw of hers was Light Cemetery. I recognized it. Her and JLR were there, and they just pointed to a fresh grave. But it was just a fresh grave, and I didn't see the relevance because of the date of it. I don't know. It didn't seem relevant to me. But I suppose I could find it. I watched it, and I just didn't. I didn't see a connection to Light Cemetery because of the one fresh grave. I don't think the fresh grave was as close in time to when she disappeared. They just found flowers on a grave, and I thought it was long after. I know.
I don't mean
I could be wrong.
Sorry.
Hey Arnett, good to see you. I have seen you in the comments section. Thanks for coming. The barrel thing came from Donna.
Oh Lord.
Yep, the barrel thing.
That was a thing.
I will be honest with you guys. There's one thing I do want to do. Following the interview we did, and now that we know that the location Cotton passed is actually on the other end of the park that I was told by Fred. Apparently, we know where that is now. We're not going to go there. We promise we will not go. Out of respect for the family, we're not going to film that area. But this is the other thing. I'm sorry I waited until this is a different topic.
What are you doing now?
This is a theory, and I'm going to cover this at the beginning of that video when we do a search, you guys. But in Laurel Run, again, believe it or not,
upcoming.
But a bunch of stuff came together. So in that video of the interview with the family that was talking about Cotton, Donna Serafina posted a comment, and she said, "Could you search the stream at the bottom, a mile in each direction?" And I'm like, we've searched a lot of her locations. Don't.
What? I didn't say anything.
Okay. We've searched a lot.
Kind of tisk.
And the Laurel Run was one of the biggest ones. She'd always mentioned the waterfall, the first waterfall behind the first waterfall. But then I was thinking, logically, if they had followed Cotton, whoever, and blunt force trauma was from getting attacked, not falling, or they pushed him or whatever, why? Like, why push Cotton? And I was thinking about it, and she said they pushed a barrel down the hill. And so potentially, if they knew Cotton was going to Laurel Run Park, maybe they did something to the truck to disable it. So he would have to walk home. And he went into Laurel Run Park. They followed him. pushed him off the cliff. Now, what's the point? What's the motive of pushing him off the cliff? Well, if they had this scenario where they had remains they had to get rid of, they knew he was going to the cemetery. They knew he was going to, if they disabled the truck somehow, or I don't know how they would have
Well,
disabled
he
the
was
truck.
going to see his mother's grave.
Right. But if this worked out, to frame him, it would have made sense to me to push him off, tell the story that he was like felt guilty about Summer, about what he did to Summer, and also throw remains down the cliff. So hoping
You think?
that when the police find his body, they will also find the remains. Well, that never happened. And I don't know if it could be, if they did throw remains there to frame him, whether they missed the remains, whether the cops just didn't even think to look for remains because they were looking into how Cotton passed.
True.
And maybe that's why pushing so hard for me to search Lower Run to find them and find them near where Cotton passed, that would make it look like Cotton was the guilty one. That would complete the framing of Cotton.
True.
Maybe. So maybe there are remains
From what I've heard about
in Laurel Run. Maybe we have to go back to Laurel Run again.
No,
I don't
I've
know.
heard about Cotton. I just can't.
He didn't.
See him
No, he
as-
didn't. He didn't do anything.
As it.
We've talked to enough people who knew him to know that he wouldn't do that, in my opinion. But yeah, she did. Donna had a lot of locations pinned. Yeah, right. I saw that clip. I saw the clip in Killer Looks video because I don't watch the other video, the other channel.
Right.
Yeah. Yes, 100%. Please. That would be huge. I would love to find out what he saw, especially around the type of truck, because I don't know that all the stories that have gone around, I've heard people saying other types of trucks, not Toyota, not the one in the picture they had. I would love to know what he said.
Truck.
If he's willing to talk, I would love to
Is
know.
it red?
Yeah, the delivery driver who saw the red truck. Thank you for offering. I'd really appreciate that. Okay, Jen's tapping me. I think we are.
Oh, thanks. No,
yes.
No, don't.
Okay. Fred Hill did say Cotton had a lot of money on him. The family also confirmed he had a lot of money on him. And he had just bought drugs 2 hours before he passed. Which, doesn't look good either, but Mike.
What?
Just a random red truck following you.
Okay.
He was, beginning of the case, so maybe it could have been the red truck. I don't know.
Maybe.
I think so too, and I'm starting to think even deeper on that one. Like, was he trying to frame Cotton or someone? Not he in particular, but maybe someone. He's the one who told the stories though, so I don't know how to get around it. But I feel like Cotton was being framed, and there's a reason for it. Just not sure.
Makes sense.
Not sure. The vaults are 2 pieces. All the dirt will fill because this practice is filled. But Chillbilly, we don't know for sure that a vault was used in that particular funeral.
Sorry.
What?
She was in the shower.
Yeah, Chillbilly is.
I'm sorry.
You know Chillbilly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met him, and
Yeah. I should
Thank
shut
you,
my
Lynn.
mouth because, What? Ay.
Well, I know the family we interviewed in the last video, one of the last videos, found his truck.
Right.
I think law enforcement potentially found him. I'm not sure who. Did they tell us that? Who found him? It might have been family,
I
actually.
don't remember.
I'm not sure. Thank you, Discovering the Truth. I'd really appreciate that. Always love to talk to more people, especially local, who have more insight.
Oh, that's great.
There's Knoxville connections.
Mm.
Somebody asked earlier, who was that? Somebody asked if there's connections to the sorry, but this is important.
Mhm.
Just got to cover this last.
Yeah.
To the Holland and Layla cases. Knoxville connections, the drug connections in Knoxville. Good night, Vicky. There are drug connections that are connected to Kingsport. Kingpin, like Knoxville drug dealer kingpins. And when you talk about drug connections, now you're talking about this weird ring of people in Kingsport and Rogersville and the whole Tri-Cities area, actually, connected to people like in Johnson City, the whole Sean Williams. If you guys don't know, he was arrested for not only drugs, he was a businessman in Johnson City, arrested for drugs and for essaying multiple women who came forward. And law enforcement had looked the other way for a long time. And Johnson City got sued because of it by those women. They took a stand. And so there's a lot of drug connections. And it does connect to Rogersville. And I do worry sometimes that there could be these people we're talking about are all into the same, drug circles and drug rings, and people who produce the drugs in the mountains provide it to the people in the cities, right? So there's obviously connections. So yeah, there could be connections, and it goes all the way to Knoxville. Knoxville is a major hub. I don't remember him ever leading them there. He told them where he thought they were. They said allegedly, this is from Fred, so take it or leave it for whatever it's worth, that they knew about the cave already and they were, wanting more information. He didn't lead them, but he told them where allegedly it was. They did never reveal the location publicly. Yeah. Yes. I don't know. There are rumors like that going, like, again, there's like no, I don't know, maybe. I haven't heard anything proving that. And when I say proving, I know it's annoying, you guys. You have to be skeptical about things like this that you hear. Because if you talk to people who knew the person they owed money to and they confirmed to you, yes, they owed me money, then you got proof. It's not impossible. You don't have to, but just hearing a rumor on a YouTube channel that Don had a huge debt he couldn't pay is not enough, to believe something. So it could be true. I don't know. I haven't confirmed it myself, so I don't know. Sorry to be annoying with the whole proof thing. Hey, Detective Mom. Who was one of the theories that they had on another podcast? Like, Grandis was the last person to actually see Summer. She was the one. Another rumor. I don't know. Probably the one that gave her the candy. I think that might be true based on the McDonough interviews. Summer choking on it, that's a theory that like popped in my head. Maybe she choked, but I don't. That's a theory. I don't
know about that.
If the Morrison Cemetery thing is true, then it's more likely something happened down by the road, either taken, hit by accident, and it had to be covered up.
Right.
The accident, like Dawn and Candace it actually reduces the odds of them being involved unless it was a debt and they were potentially sold her. That's the only thing I can think of,
right,
that would match up with the Morrison Cemetery thing. Hey, Abigail.
Hi.
Rose, good to see you.
I think
You falling apart?
How?
Oh, he did. He said it himself. Okay.
What?
He's been in a
$50,000?
lot of videos early on in the case. I have not watched them all. So
he owed $50,000 to
if
what?
he admitted it, again, I haven't seen the videos, so
what?
I'm taking your word for it.
Right.
Don't know. Drugs, I guess that's what they're saying. I don't know.
Okay.
That's a good point. Probing is not digging. Chillbilly,
Wait,
you might be
what-
onto
what do you
something.
mean?
You might be onto something,
What
Chillbilly.
would you call probing?
Probing is inserting into the ground.
But what would you be? How would that help?
Oh man.
How would that? What would that?
Because you could find out if there's a void potentially, because the amount of resistance of the ground as you go
Really?
down. Maybe Chillbilly, that's an idea.
Interesting.
Let's see, receipts. I have recording with witnesses. Definitely won't reveal that, but I do have recordings with witnesses. I have the audio recording of the second witness for the second clue, and then there's anybody can look up the web thing about Chad's arrest. And you can ask at least Andy about the grave digging proof, because he's the one who told me. He is one of the people who told me about the two families. So, yep. Definitely wouldn't make any claims without receipts. Yeah, good point. If you hit a vault, then it debunks
Wait.
the entire theory. If you hit a vault, it debunks the
Wait a
entire
minute.
theory. So that would be another way to disprove it.
Ziggy is taking you to court now.
That's
Wait,
okay.
what? Is that true?
That's fine.
Is that true?
You have to get in line. I think I've had that
I
threat
gotta.
3 times.
Oh gosh, I gotta sign out here.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Jen is really tired, and I could keep going all night talking about the different things you guys are asking for. All this stuff is fascinating. I am going to post a link to Killer Look's video in the description. I forgot to do that when I set this up. That about the Chad Arnold stuff. And I think we are going to call it for tonight. Thank you guys for showing up. So many of you, really appreciate it.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I follow what TBI is up to. I think they're close. I really believe they're close.
I hope so.
Yeah. I really think they're close, and I'm praying so hard that in the next month or two, either they go in the direction that I think they're going, and they get a warrant and they discover something, or they are going in a different direction in the Ben Hill area. They get the evidence they need, and they file charges, and the people who are responsible
I hope so.
are held responsible for what happened this summer. So keep praying, keep hoping, keep digging, keep on, just keep hope alive that the truth will come out. And love you all.
Love you guys.
Appreciate you all. Thanks for coming on tonight. And we'll see you next time.